Hello to the chicos and the chicas. Today I'm continuing sort of responding to the requests that I put out on Twitter, asking my viewers to tell me ideas, suggest YouTube video ideas. Today I'm going to cover the topic of how to find anchor games, as simple as that. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into it. Of course, an anchor game is a game that demonstrates ideas very typical to the opening you choose, and it supports your learning. It helps your understanding of the opening and perhaps even memorizing it. Perfect timing with the topic. About a week ago I had a lesson with a student who plays the bishop b5 check variation in the Sicilian. And now was the second time when we went with this very, very timid and sad d3 move. And I thought that, we need to fix this. He has seen it somewhere. For some reason, he tends to remember all the time playing d3, which is really no bueno. So I explained to him that there are two plans here for white. One of them is to play for a c4, knight c3, d4 idea and create a Marozzi bind like setup, or the alternative, also starting with rook e1, is c3 d4. We settled for the c3 d4 idea, and soon we discovered, that the main variation more or less runs as follows: c3, knight c6, d4, takes, d5, e5, knight e4, knight b d2, knight d2, bishop d2. Now this is a good point to already call off action, or at least pause and reflect, because the position is already, I would say, in the very late stages of the opening / in the early middle game, so we need to talk about what's going on. On the board very clearly is a French structure, where black does not have the bad French bishop, and we in fact don't have the good white squared bishop, so structurally you would think that this position is really not that great for white. However, there is a little bit more to it than meets the eye, because the issue here for black is that there is no easy queenside play, and there is also no easy play to be found against the d4 pawn, and just like in the French, black is struggling with space. So when we discussed all this, we thought, fine, let's have a look at what we can find for an anchor game to see the further plans, how it unfolds. And for that now I'm going to switch to full screen so that you see everything I do, because I'm going to muck around on the right side of the screen. So on chess.com you press openings. On Lichess on the bottom right there is that line thingy. You click that. You click I think master games or something like, or I think it immediately brings up the book. That's right. And then you can choose from master games or from the Lichess database. Here on .com you press openings. It shows you the popular, most frequently played moves already in a list, similar to Lichess in this regard. You click games and it will take you to an entirely new tab where the chess games database is. Now here, generally speaking, my go-to action is to click on the drop-down menu and choose games from highest to highest to lowest with white rating. It is because we play this with white, and so we are looking to see a game played by a relatively well-known player. Now I know what we are going to find because we went through this, so this is going to be a really cool example. And the very first game that pops up is an amazing game from Jan Nepomniachtchi against Etienne Bacrot. Now that already makes you super excited for multiple reasons. A, we found a game, we don't know the quality of it yet, but we are about to engage with the game, that is super high quality, 2 top GMs, and our side wins. It is very important, in my opinion, when you pick anchor games, that you need to be biased towards your own setup, and you need to pick a game that is winning for your side, because almost certainly a one game is going to demonstrate the best, the ideas, the plans that we would like to understand. So we click on the game and we are going to check out if the game, oh, that's a bit of a spoiler, I'm very upset, if Nepomniachtchi Bacrot is going to cut it for a anchor game. I'm playing zipping through the opening, but checking if the move order was exactly on point. It was. Tuck, tuck, d5, blah, 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 knight d2, knight takes, bishop takes, and now we slow down. Because if I drew the line here in the introductory phase, then now we need to reignite the engine and see how white plays from here on out. A5, right off the bat, a move that you wouldn't necessarily have expected. We analyze this a little bit, try to figure out the meaning of the move. Occasionally white even expands with A3, B4 on the queen side, completely shutting down various ideas over there. So that's definitely one benefit to the move. Rook C1 was played, A4 was played, and A3 was played. So now you can see the other benefit of A4. Black is trying to utilize the weak light squares on the queen side. Bishop E7, H4. Now this is something I didn't tell you, that in this French structure, H4 is very typical. Often Bishop G5 is coming, often Knight G5 is coming, and also H5, H6 is a super annoying plan to play against with black. So we already took note that H4 is a common plan in these French structures. Keep that in mind. Here comes the second absolute gem from this game. If I recall rightly, he played here Rook C3, but I may be wrong. Yeah, that's it. And we had a jolly good time with my student when we went through this game together, because the moves and the ideas were so clear, so easy to follow, so easy to understand. It was an absolute jackpot of a game to find for my student. The idea of Rook C3 is quite amazing. Well, the way how it works is amazing. The idea is obviously to swing the rook across to the king side and continue the attack. But you would think that Rook FC8 followed by knight move is going to offer a trade before we could swing across. But nay, he just tucks the rook on D3, dodging the trade like a boss, and gets ready for the attack. Absolutely loving how Nepo plays this game. So good. Knight G5. Now you see the other benefit of the rook on D3. The rook guards the D4 pawn, so the knight is good to go to G5, followed by Queen H5. H6 was played, Knight H3 was played. I don't remember exactly. I'm going to click computer analysis, but I think there was a tactic hereabouts, perhaps. Okay, I did not mean to do this, folks. Oh, I wish I could go back, but it's a bit late. By the way, 96.4 is not bad. No, I'm actually wrong. I'm wrong. It wasn't quite here. H6, knight back. Yeah, no, it was good. King H8. Oh, yeah, I think this was hereabouts when... Yeah, bishop takes H6 was already a winning idea. That is just absolutely delightful. Takes Queen H5, bishop here, and I think some Rook F3 ideas came. Oh, Knight G5, Rook F3. That's right. Knight G5 and King G8, Rook F3. Now, I don't want to go into this too deeply because it is an insanely complex tactical skirmish. Let's just continue with the game. So in the game, Nepo played Queen G4. Queen H5 also looked logical, by the way, with the idea of sacking. But Bishop takes H6 is also threatened now. I'm going to get rid of with these annoying arrows. Pawn F5 was played. And Queen G6 was played. I checked later on with the engine. EF6 also wins easily for white because the E6 pawn is going to become way too weak. But Nepo went in for the kill with bishop takes H6 and knight F4 and rook G3 ideas. Bishop takes H4 was played. Queen slid back to H5. Bishop D8 and boomski. And that's pretty much end of story, ladies and gentlemen. If they take back with pawn takes G6, then amazingly after rook G3 there is no way to hold the fort. Queen takes H6 followed by Queen F8 mate is the main threat, and there is no adequate defense to be seen against this. That was such a blitzkrieg victory. So go back again from rook D3 on. It just felt like a very fluid, awesome attack. So we play Knight G5. We swap around, we bring the queen, we bring the rook, and that just gives you a very good sense of the direction of the attack. And you can see that the engine claims that this is still equal, but boy, good luck defending this nightmare. And by the way, I don't think this is accurate. I checked later. And I think that even after bishop f8 or king h8, bishop takes h6, white was already done, dusted, winning. So that was the game that made it into our library as the ultimate anchor game. And once again, if you looked at the review, I mean, holy moly, 96.6, 96.4 by Nepo. Beautiful, perfect play. Loved every single bit of it. And once again, so easy to grasp the concepts. Play h4, bring the rook up to the third. tuck it away on d3 to dodge the trade, remove the knight from f3, go for the attack like your life depended on it. Perfect, ultimate anchor game. Now, it's not gonna work like that all the time, that you click games and you click first game, you click white rating or black rating if it's a black opening that you play, and the first game is gonna be an absolute ripper. Sometimes you have to go through a fair few to find one that demonstrates ideas well and supports your learning. So you need to pick. In this regard, I think sometimes, depending on your level, the guidance of a coach can be very meaningful. But the basic act of finding an anchor game, I think, is very simple. You need to play at the opening that you have trouble with, and then once again, press the book, start looking for master games, and see if you manage to find one that demonstrates the ideas in the clearest possible fashion, which I do think that the Nepo Backrow game does perfectly well for this bishop b5 check. I feel very lucky that we found this, because this is a really, really cool example of what a good anchor game is. So I hope you guys liked it. That is going to be it from me for now. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please don't forget to sub, to like, to super thank me if you can, and I shall be back with the next video soon. Thank you.